Hello, this is Greg Hannon from Gospel Music University, and in this week's edition of Keyboards, Tips, Tricks, and More, I'm responding to another request from Facebook from a student who wanted some assistance with the intro and part of the verse on a song by Dorinda Clark Cole called "So Many Times." And I'm going to try to explain it because at Gospel Music University, when I teach, I show you concepts of chords. I don't want to just show you chords and you just play it and apply it to the one song that you learned it in. I want to show you the theory of the chords and the harmony so that you can definitely use this in this song, and you can also transfer this information into other songs to get more mileage out of it. So on the intro, it starts out with and let me just play it for me. Let me just play the first part of the intro. We just start right on the lesson. Hold on. Here we go.
See, they gotta do this because I keep on going. Come on, put your hands together. Derek, that's for you, man.
Okay, so it's starting off with this monophonic uh, blues run, and it's the let's talk about where we're pulling these notes from. First of all, the song is in the key of B flat. So when we look at B flat, we look at the B flat major scale. B flat is 1, C is 2, D is 3, E flat is 4, F is 5, G is 6, A is 7, and B flat is 1. Okay, but in the beginning of the song on the intro, all the notes that you're hearing are derived from the B flat blues scale. So in order to understand what's going on, we got to kind of look at a little bit more theory. We got to understand our scales. I just played the major scale for you, but now I just played a B flat major scale. Now I'll play a B flat blues scale. Here it goes. And the blues scale is used heavily in this style of gospel, in the more traditional sound of gospel. You hear the blues scales used improvising songs. A lot of organists, when they're improvising and soloing on hymns and stuff, will use a lot of times the blues scales and even pentatonic scales. But this, if we know our blues scale, then that kind of limits what we're hunting for when we're trying to figure out what's going on the introduction. Because just again, I'm listening to. You're listening to what's going on. You're like, what is that? Well, all of those notes actually are part of the blues scale. So they're taking that blues scale and they're just mixing up the notes and creating a different melodic line from that blues scale. So let me give you the first note. And it's displaying right there up on the piano on the screen. So B flat. And it's almost like walking up the blues scale. Okay. But here, normally, the fourth note of the blues scale is E, but right now we're using the E, but we're not using it right now. So on this melodic line, we got. Okay, so again. Okay, so all the notes of the blues scale, and they're just broken up in a different way. So once you hear the sound of the blues scale and you learn that blues scale, and you hear that when you begin to try to transcribe it by ear, you hear in the blues scale. You may not know the order of the notes, but if you know what the notes are in the B flat blues scale, then you just begin to only look for those tones to match up with the notes in the B flat blues scale. So again, here we go. Okay, now let me break it down melodically. That's another part. So hit first note and look at it on the screen. I'm not gonna call them out for you. I'm gonna play it slow. Now the next part is kind of a little trill. And actually on the track they're actually playing that actually on a brass sound, and it gives it that bite and that really big sound. And they're actually doing that on a brass sound. And let me see, can I pull up a brass patch for you right quick? And let me see, can we get that sound in there for you? Hold on one second. So again. Now on this other part right here, it's a little trill, and let me show you what the notes are. E flat, E flat, E flat again, D flat. This is it slow. That's the whole line. Okay, and let's put it with a beat. Again, here we go. Again. And you can get aggressive once you learn it real good. Actually, you got a whole band playing it. Everybody's playing the same line: the bass guitar player, the organist, the keyboard who's playing brass. You know, and you can actually double it up. And it'll give you a fuller sound if you got that technique. If you got a full band, you don't have to work so hard to have to double it up with both hands. But if you're playing with a band, if you're playing just you and maybe a drummer as a keyboard player, you may want to crank up a brass patch on this. So again, that's all it is to that first part on the introduction. It's just a straight B flat blues scale, just broken up. So what you want to do, you want to really take this scale and not just think on it in this song and this application. Begin to figure out, because you hear a lot of licks and a lot of breaks that musicians do, and we'll take this idea and we'll use it somewhere else. You know, not necessarily in this song like it is. And the more you learn about progressions and about theory and about harmony, the more tools you'll be able to use to like take this song and like maybe even apply it to maybe another traditional gospel song or some old school song that has the lyrics, maybe like "Bless That Wonderful Name of Jesus." And this is just a rough idea, because those that experiment with the concepts, with these ideals, and try to apply them to other songs are the ones that really wow us and really move us and can are the better musicians. So we'll work on this thing for a minute. You know, if you want to work on a blues scale for a while, you don't want to just sit there and just use it only for one song, because that's a lot of work. If you're working on this lick with both hands, I mean, that takes a minute, in practicing. And I recommend that you practice this thing really slow. You know, if you're gonna do two hands, really slow. Even if it takes you 20, 30 times, cut 5 minutes a day just working on that until you get your chops up. So start everything slow. You won't be able to play this run and this lick in 15 minutes of practice if you don't have good technique and good form. So you want it to be clean, you want it to be crisp, you want it to be precise. So here again, something like maybe like "Bless That Wonderful Name of Jesus." Bless that wonderful name. Those kind of songs in traditional gospel, that's the 16-bar gospel form. But how would you use maybe this lick? How would we get a lick in there like that, And so let's kind of see what can happen if I do "Bless That Wonderful Name." Okay, maybe, and then maybe we can start to lick out "Bless That Wonderful Name, Jesus. Bless that wonderful name." So I'm just kind of giving you an idea. I can't sing that rhythm. I can't sing that melody and play that rhythm at the same time. But as a musician, if you're choir singing or the worship leaders singing that song, you can almost start that song off with that lick. So bless that again. Bless that wonderful name. Bless that wonderful name of Jesus again. Bless that wonderful name. So we kind of take that lick and we experiment with it. You know, spend 30, 40 minutes with it and try to take that ideal and apply it to other stuff in B flat. Just force it to get in there. But you have to experiment. It's trial and error, and you'll find a spot for it. So when you get ready to take it to the next level with your plan, and then you really wanted to, you know, like, wow, what is he doing? You're taking the concept that you've already learned, but you're maximizing it. You're using it not only here, but you're using it all over the place. So until next time. If they said you had to be gifted to play gospel music, evidently they don't know my secret. This is Greg Hannon from Gospel Music University.